Hello? No, that's not it. Hello? Hello. I better not have fixed it. It fixed it? Fuck! God damn it. That was such an easy fix too. Okay, well, hello everybody. Sorry about that. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but we are live on this beautiful Sunday morning. Holy crap, that was annoying. Hi everyone. Hi Gyandun. Yes, hi Hermes again. Hi hi Lamia and Lodi. How you doing? Hi Juju. Sorry, I know I mispronounced it. I butchered the shit out of that. Hi Fernan Fenor. I know I butchered that too. Hi Leslie. Hi Anyan. How you doing? Shay, Y, Brightness, Gents. How you doing? Kawaii Beans. Nilu, what's up? Hello, this Wagyu. All right. Finally. We are ready to begin. All right. So first of all, what are we going to do today? We're going to look at the special program for 4.1. We're going to go through it and kind of meticulously look through all the details, especially like in the trailer. I have seen it already, so hopefully this time it won't be as long as last time where I didn't actually see the live stream and we just kind of had to stop every moment. But I imagine it's still going to be like that. So yeah. But is everybody ready to begin? I think this patch is going to be really interesting. I think it's going to be really interesting. And if you guys remember from what I talked about last time, I believe it was last stream. It's been in the last couple of streams where I've told you about my theories on Conria and all of the parallels that they're doing. And I said the Fortress of Meropide is going to parallel with Conria. So I want people to really pay attention to how they describe the fortress, what the fortress actually is, who's running it, etc., etc. We're going to talk about all of that because I just, oh, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. So no, I don't want to start Star Rail. All right, let's begin. I'm going to put it on full screen. And hello, Rudra, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. And welcome everybody else who's hiding and lurking in the corners. Let's begin. Where is this? Okay, you could be able to see it. So it's on the left side of the Aquabus line. Right? If I'm not mistaken. And then there's the Research Institute. Yeah, that transition was clean. Oh, it's in the top left? Okay, interesting. Speaking of, when are you going to give us an answer on that one dirty cliffhanger? Soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. I think you guys are going to enjoy this next video. Hopefully. What's up, He's G's? How you doing? North of the Broken Colossus line. Interesting. Okay, so sorry, we're already pausing, but I died when they showed this. I just started bursting into hysterical laughter. We're finally going to prison. Hi, Minty, how you doing? Oh, how sweet.
The Fortress of Meropide may seem like a prison, but it should in fact be regarded as a gathering place for exiles.
All right, so here's that thing. It may seem like a prison, but it's actually a gathering place for exiles. I feel like we should be thinking of Conria in the same way. If you guys remember my crack theory that I posted on Twitter, which honestly is not really that much of a crack theory, but that Conria and Celestia were working with each other. Now we're connecting it. I was going to explain it through Rito, because if you think about Rito, it's explained in the same way. It's a bunch of people stranded on one part of Inazuma. They are not able to leave. They are restricted to one place. There's a lot of similarities with that, and I really think they're talking about Conria. Also, it's pretty cool, like this little symbol with the 3 heads. That's like Cerberus, right? And I think Riesli's constellation is Cerberus anyway, which is the guard dog of Hades. So that's interesting as well. Also, since Riesli is a wolf, and we talked about as well him being possibly inspired by Fenrir. Fenrir is the one that kills the god Odin during Ragnarok. So I find that to be interesting. Hi Genki, how you doing? The beeps and boops are strong with this one, yes. The music in this was great too, especially when we get to Neuvillette. Okay, anyway, let's play.
I will arrange false charges against.
But isn't Conria desolate? I mean, that's how it's described, but I mean, I'm sure it's like a city. It's not going to be like completely dead when we get there, I'm sure. Like it's barren of life, but I imagine it's going to be similar to Enkanomiya. I think that's the best example we have. But like Conria, the fortress of Meropide is at the bottom of a sea. It's giving a lot of parallels to the Abyss, and that it's separate from Fontaine. It's its own autonomous unit, just like Conria is. Conria is not a part of the 7 nations. There's a lot of parallels between them. Enkanomiya but Forsaken, basically. But I mean, Enkanomiya was kind of Forsaken too. Celestia kind of just left them down there for a while.
All of our informants, including the ones that had infiltrated the guards, suddenly vanished.
Interesting. Okay, so Lenny and Lynette are gonna be down here too. As well as Fremine, right?
A bottle of crimson liquid?
So, you know those pipes that make strange sounds? Don't ever go near them at night.
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance.
Ugh, my husband. Like, listen to the music, it's just going so hard.
Get a little chilly. Time's up. Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen.
Interesting.
If Risley does have a plan, what could it be?
After being away from the sunlight for so long, even the terrifying depths of the sea start to feel like home.
See, this also... I guarantee you the people of Conria were once normal people, just like everybody living in Teyvat, but then something happened. This music, yeah, is so good. This man has the whole bakery. He really does. It looks a lot like the underground city in Honkai Star Rail. Yeah, so it looks like Bellabog's, what do they call it? The underground? Is it literally just called the underground? Somebody help. I think so. But yeah, I've talked about before as well as that paralleling with Conria too. I'm very interested to see how this Archon quest will go.
I have to...
No, what happened to Fremine? Why is he falling in the water and drowning?
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Oh, the underworld. What's up, Soleil? How you doing?
And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Ugh. Dragon Daddy, we must have him. We are going to have him. I know, the guitar is so good.
Express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself.
I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
Rumor.
Okay, so that was definitely a Melusine talking, right? Like this little part's probably going to be part of Neuvillette's story quest, if I had to guess. At least the audio part.
From calamity, you inherently bring danger to those around you.
I feel like they're talking about the Melazines there too.
Why should we trust this species from
And
who
that's
knows
also
where
about the
anyway?
Melazines.
Melazines can't be trusted. That goes for Neuvillette too.
There's only one thought on my mind. Only through bloodshed can their debt be repaid.
What's up, Miro? Ooh,
Where did you take my
I need to do my teapot, speaking of that. But good luck on your teapot.
Since they have no way to dispose of the leftover remains.
What the fuck is this talking about, by the way? Since they have no way to dispose of the leftover remains, they have ways to transform them into other forms and keep them in the fortress forever. This kind of gives me Abyss vibes, obviously, and then, you know, primordial water vibes, like not melting people down, but reducing people down to water and joining people's consciousnesses, and then they're just kept there. Yeah, like primordial seawater, or like the Abyss too, which the primordial seawater, we talked about that, kind of parallels with the Abyss and everything. Like all these consciousnesses melding into one thing and transforming something into a different form. It also reminds me of Nahida's second story quest with the little animal thingies of Apep giving up their forms to and reducing themselves back into elemental energy. And like Nahida, she was like, if I was to lose power, I'd pretty much turn back into like a branch. I think there's a few consecrated beasts that would love to dispose. Oh god, yeah, probably. Thinking how the guards would use primordial water to keep the prisoners there. I mean, Well, it said also remains, the leftover remains. So something's like dead. At least that's what I think. And then I don't know. They dispose of corpses by reducing them into water. I don't fucking know, you guys. My 2 cents on the trailer. Most of the scenes that with Neuvillette could be from his story quest, not the Archon quest. Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe it'll be about what happened in the past when Melazines weren't trusted yet. Possibly. I'm sure it's also probably current day too. Like there's probably people that don't like them to this day, if I had to guess. Being dead doesn't sound good. No, it doesn't. Like the guy that turned into a flesh blob on the world quest. Oh yeah, that dude. Yeah. Yeah, like this trailer's pretty misleading, like every other trailer, but especially 3.0, because 3.0 was pretty misleading. Which, I mean, keeps things, you know, fresh for us, which is good.
They have ways to transform them into other
That's a pretty seahorse, by the way.
Fortress forever.
It beggars belief just how carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, have failed to take action.
Who are you? What are you
Now, that's definitely from the Archon quest, because we're talking about Focalor, right?
trying to do? Please don't kill me. I'm begging you.
Aw, Focalor. Oh, this music right now, this is my favorite part.
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Oh, it's so good.
It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard.
Wait, was that Arlecchino talking to Focalor? Because I know that we're going to see it later, but they all have T, right? Neuvillette, Focalor, and then Arlecchino. But was that her talking to Focalor? I couldn't tell. I'm bad at picking up the voice actors. Also, speaking of voice actors, during that whole little last sequence, was that Ageria? Ageria, however you pronounce her name. The previous Hydra Archon? What's up, Uniharu? How you doing? The cello in the back. Yeah, so good. It was so good. Hello, Kira. How you doing? It could be, yeah. It could be? Okay. Because, okay, so this is what I was thinking when this scene played. So I don't know if you've read any of the ancient notes that are in, where's that place? The Narzissen-Kreutz Institute, like the submerged one, where Virgil takes us through there and everything. and you can find a whole bunch of notes. One of the notes talks about Egeria and talks about Oceanids as well, and how Egeria, there's like one opinion, one myth about her birthing Oceanids from her tears, and that she was also crying over the plight of dragons, right? Then you have to think about the dragon of water, or the reincarnation of the dragon of water. A lot of people think it's Neuvillette, but also in Fontaine's lore, we were introduced to Scylla, however you pronounce their name, the dragon prince king, whatever, who was living at the bottom of the sea, warring with the people of Remuria. And some people think that that was the dragon of water. So I'm wondering how Egeria is going to connect, how Egeria, Scylla, and then Neuvillette are going to connect to each other. Like, is Neuvillette like, well, obviously if he's a reincarnation, he has to be like, I don't think it's Egeria because her voice in the Overture trailer is different from here. I think it's Farina VA. Interesting. It's Farina VA. Well then, that's weird then. JP basically confirmed it's Farina. That's so interesting. Oh, okay, so it was Arlecchino that was telling that to Focalor. Okay, cool. A fusion or a kind of child? I have no idea. Ugh. 2 Farinas. I think this is past Farina though. What, did she like go through some sort of memory loss or some shit? Is this another Nahida Dukadevada situation where she like, where her previous form birthed her somehow? Or is this going to be like an Oceanid thing where they kind of just like self-replicate? What's up, Sensual Magikarp? How you doing? Yeah, it sounds like Farina, but it's like a lot more mature. Because Farina sounds a lot more childish. Oh, it could be the Oratrice. That's true. Yeah, it could be. But at the same time, that's kind of confusing because, like, although people say that Farina built the Oratrice, she doesn't seem to know what the fuck how the fuck it operates. But then again, that could also be, it could have been a different version of her, technically, right? In some way. Oh no, she's reproducing. I think she gave up her powers to Neuvillette and Oratrice. The current Farina is a mascot. Interesting. I mean, we have been getting all that stuff about giving up or expending a whole bunch of power makes you lose memories too, because power and memories in this world, we've talked about it before, are interchangeable. Could be losing memories 500 years ago, helping the previous Hydro Archon. Also, why is she now weak? We don't know. The spirit of the Oratrice. There are 3 thrones after all. See, yeah. Okay, so 2 of the thrones definitely belong to Egeria and Remus, right? Because Remus was, like I said, I tweeted out he's the Deshret and Ermin of this region. I guarantee you he is. Like, I'm 100% positive on that. And Egeria is probably his moon. Just saying. He's the sun and she's the moon. Just saying. Bye, why? Oh, you haven't been here that long, but thanks for stopping by anyway. I have heard people theorize that she was partially corrupted on a physical level. Okay, maybe the voice was when she was still pure. Interesting. Interesting. What if Farina has a split personality? Yeah, a lot of people think that. What's up with 3 gods lately? Sumeru, now Fontaine. Yeah, that's a good question, Star. Also, welcome to the stream. I don't know, but yeah, we have been getting like 3 gods recently, which is very interesting. But at the same time, if you think about this game, it's heavily based on the Abrahamic religions and Gnosticism, which is a sect of Christianity, and Christianity has 3 different aspects of God: the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. I don't even know if that's I don't even know if they're doing that, and that's why we're seeing threes everywhere, like with 3 moon sisters, the rule of 3, etc., etc. But yeah. Yeah, the rule of 3, Father, Son, and the heavenly, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But then the rule of 3 in the game is there's always like a 4th time that you have to do it, right? You do 3 times and then you have to do it a 4th in order to succeed. So it makes me wonder if there's always going to be like 4. Which I guess even in Sumeru's case, there were technically 4. At least later on. It's Deshret, the goddess of flowers, Rukkhadevata, and then Rukkhadevata's other form, Nikita. Or her successor. Yeah, it's like Holy Trinity vibes, but yeah, it's a very loose interpretation. Her design is very symmetrical, so it implies 2 sides. This could be Furina's hidden side. That would make sense. I kind of see it like Layla. How Layla has 2 different personalities. One emerges when the other's sleeping. Yeah, not to mention the Triquetra is everywhere in this game. Inazuma kind of had 3 too, if you consider Orobashi Watatsumi part of the nation. That is true. That is true. So it was A, Makoto, and Orobashi. Do you think Chu was the Geo dragon? Maybe. Because that was like the dragon in that one village with the weird mechanism thing, right? I know that's so vague, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. The village with the old people. And then there was like that thingy inside of that one little cave thingy. Okay, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Chinksla village, thank you. Thank you, Kunimuchi. Mochi. Every region has a trio. Decarabian, Boreas, Barbados, and or Istaroth. Zhongli, Guizhong, Cloud Retainer, A, Makoto, and either Scaramouche or Kitsune Saigu, depending on how you see it. Yeah. Yeah, it's like 3. Yeah, it's always 3. But then again, like I said with the rule of 3, there's always a 4th. A, Makoto, Orobashi, and then the Thunderbird. Yeah, the Thunderbird is kind of godlike. It basically is a god, but not really. Yeah, and then Orobashi because Kitsune Saigu was worshipped as a goddess. It's very interesting. Yeah, the mechanism inside the mountain. Thank you. Does this person talking about the human world here imply they know something of forbidden knowledge or general knowledge of the light, void, and human realm? I think it's okay, so if you think about Ganyu, to use her as an example, how she always felt like she was distanced from the human world because she's half human and then half Adepti. I think it's that kind of thing. So whoever this person is talking to, whether it's Neuvillette or someone else, they're just saying they haven't experienced enough of the human world to understand it. That's what I think. I don't think it's like anything on the structure of the human world or anything like that, or like any of the 3 realms. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. Lynette says in the beginning of the Archon quest that the water is dissolving our memories. That could be the case with Furina. It's true. I mean, anything is possible. Yeah, I think it's symbolic rather than literal. Yeah, I know, but thought Ajdaha was implied to be the Geo Dragon, just like Dvalin. Yeah, here's the thing with dragons. I don't know. Because, like, how do we differentiate really powerful dragons from, like, the original 7 sovereigns? Because, like, what about Ursa the Drake? I know we don't really talk about him that much, but he was in the manga, and Dottore ended up killing him. But, like, what kind of dragon was he? Like, he really pisses me off. Ursa really pisses me off because I don't know where to place him with the other dragons. Ajdaha was the pet equivalent. Dvalin isn't a sovereign. Yeah, he's like a new baby dragon. He's a new baby Durgan. Also, I read Tears of Themis lore, and it's something to deal with Fontaine over since we're dealing with law and lawyers. Yeah, like, I'm hoping for a lot of Tears of Themis references here because Tears of Themis deals with the same thing. Okay, wait, okay, we've been stuck on this frame for a while. Okay, let's play.
And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine. decades past.
It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard.
Oh, I love that. But yeah, that sounds like info we're gonna learn during his story quest. So I'm hoping we get previous Hydro Archon lore.
旅行者们，欢迎回来。不知道有没有和我一样的旅行者，每次看完新版本的 PV 啊，都会对其中出现的角色和故事。
Okay, actually we're pausing again. I'm sorry. Okay, so how many of you have read like through the lore of Remuria? How much do you know about Scylla or Skyla, however you pronounce it, and like the things that they've said, at least that we know of right now? Because like the written lore is going to be different than the actual whatever happened lore. Whenever we go to Remuria, which I really do think we're going to go to Capitolium, which should be at the bottom of the sea. What's up, Korigari? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh, you don't have the book yet? Okay, well, basically, it was talking about how Skyla, I said this earlier, but like how they were warring with the people of Remuria because Capitolium ended up at the bottom of the sea after like this catastrophe that happened. And the dragon was always warring with the people of Remuria, but towards the end, there was like the last descendant of the humans that lived there and then the last descendant of Skyla, and they made a pact with each other and just agreed to not fight each other anymore. It almost makes me wonder if that person, that descendant, was actually Neuvillette. And maybe that's how they connect, him and Skyla. I don't know. At this point, I'm just spouting shit. I haven't paid much attention lately besides doing the world quest. Yeah, it's not really that important right now. Though they did mention Remuria during one of the world quests, the Melazine. All sovereign names are taken from their in real life representative cultures. Interesting. Interesting. Neuvillette gives me the same vibes when Zhongli was testing the humans before retiring, where we travelers will have a big impact on his final judgment on humanity. That makes sense. Kind of deals with A too, because we had to beat her up in order for her to like understand what she was doing was kind of fucked up. Except, well, okay, note from mythology. Where's the Skyla? Where there is Skyla, there's Charybdis. Interesting. Going by this, I believe Tarascu is the name of the Monde Fontaine dragon. Yeah, I remember that from the official event. Which is, that's so interesting. It was the dragon that ate dreams. The dragon that ate dreams, which is even more interesting if you think about it now that we have the context of Nibelung and the fact that Nibelung came back around the time of the second who came and then tried to basically take over the heavenly principles again, or like rebel against them. I wonder if he's the dragon that eats dreams, especially if you think of Tevat as a place that was made and crafted with dreams, human dreams. Zhao is a bird that eats dreams. Oh yeah, wasn't he like forced to do that by the god that like enslaved him or something? Please help me. My memory on him is shaky, but I think that's what happened, right? There's like a god that forced him to do that. Yeah, okay, good. Well, not good, but good that I remembered.
非常的好奇，所以今天啊，我也依旧是邀请了项目组的小伙伴，我们的战斗设计师叶黑，来给我们介绍新版本中的相关剧情以及角色的情报。
非常感谢大伟哥的邀请，旅行者们大家好，这次会有我。
Oh, you're just commenting that his Adepti arts are dream oriented. 角
角
Yes.
色的相关内容。
哎，欢迎欢迎。
You
自
right.
从做完这个4.0的模式任务以后啊，我一直想知道之后的发展。趁着这次机会啊，叶黑啊，先和我们聊聊4.1版本的模式任务好了。
好，先问一下大伟哥，还记得4.0相关的版本剧情吗？
有印象，不过还是叶黑啊，帮我们简单回顾一下吧。
没问题。我们初到枫丹时，就协助琳妮、纳维亚他们解决了几宗案件，但其实最后都汇聚到了一个案件上，也就是
少女连环失踪案。
而且在此期间
Why did they say it like that?
公子还由于不明的原因
Why did they have to say that in unison?
没错，看到这里的时候，我就在想啊，被审判的可是愚人宗的执行官啊，怎么看也不是一件小事。愚人宗应该不会坐视不管吧？是不是会有新的执行官因此登场呢？
大伟哥很敏锐啊，没错，在 4.1 版本中，故乡为枫丹的执行官。
Okay, can I just say for a second?
为了处理这起外
Her model looks really good. Like it's really close to how she's drawn, right? Like it's really, really good. Props gave him a lot of energy to make him stronger. Yeah, probably. Them dreams. Yum, 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 yum. AKA main plot of Tears deals with the abyss somehow since the pair is really sus and drug acts like interesting. Yeah, no, oh yeah, I remember when they name dropped Paimon. They also did Asmodeus and Urania, which are interesting names to drop, as well as Cain and Phoenix, if Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken. I'm getting the feeling the Dragon Realm will become a chapter of the main story since Conria's chapter is blurred. That would be interesting. Oh, mommy, I mean father. Oh, yeah. She's so pretty, right? She's so pretty. She's so, ugh. Arlecchino. I'm pulling for her if she's playable. She better be fucking playable, by the way. Yeah, like good enough model to be a playable character. Hopefully they do that.
也前来与水神弗琳娜以及最高审判官纳维莱特会面了。
Also, okay, so I don't know if anybody else was thinking this, but you know how Alice in Wonderland is becoming a lot more relevant in Genshin right now?
大伟哥很敏锐啊。
I don't know, them having like a tea party reminds me of like the Mad Hatter's tea party.
为了处理这起外交
I don't know if there's anything there. It just reminded me of that.
事件。 也前来与水神弗琳娜以及最高审判官纳维莱特会面了。
哦，这场面想想就很精彩。
那是必然的，而且仆人提出的几个方案其实都被婉拒了。
这么一听啊，感觉火药味很浓啊。
是有那么一点，不过
Okay, what do you guys think Arlecchino's solutions to the prophecy problem are gonna be? I was trying to think of like the worst thing because she's probably thinking of some crazy shit. Hot take, new Fatui enemies look way better. Oh, they look really cool with the top hats, and I see Dottore in them, but I also see Pulcinella in them as well with the top hat and also the long noses because, well, Pulcinella has a really long nose too. So I find that to be interesting. There's like Dottore, Arlecchino, and Pulcinella in all of them. One thing I will say, I don't think Farina is begging for her life to Arlecchino. Yeah, I kind of feel that too, since she wouldn't be asking who are you, right? When they should be acquainted with each other via their negotiations. That is true. I also believe the name of Inazuma's dragon was named Watatsumi, not Orobashi from Yamato no Orochi myth. Interesting. Yeah, what is going on with the Electro Dragon? Because it's just MIA. I can't wait to see how they interact with each other. Yeah. And judging by how long Honkai Impact 3 has been going on, Genshin will probably continue after the Teyvat story. Yeah, there's definitely other worlds to visit, probably, right? Yeah, she's really the baddest Fatui Harbinger. Like, she's one of my favorites right now. The size of the food always makes me laugh. Right, like the cups are huge and it's kind of ridiculous to look at. Oh wait, there it was. Like, how are they gonna eat? That's like, you can share that shit. Why is it so huge?
水神弗琳娜以及最高审判官纳维莱特会面了。
哦，这场面想想就很精彩。
那是必然的， 而且仆人提出的几个方案其实都被婉
Oh my goodness.
这么一听啊，感觉火药味很浓。
A violent solution to the problem or a forced use? Yeah, probably. She'll raise Fontaine up in the air with the gnosis. Oh god. Make it into a mini Celestia? Transform everyone into an elemental being like Neo-Human as Jacob. That would be interesting.
为了让我们顺利融入梅洛彼得堡，贴心的纳维莱特先生给我们安排了一个小小的罪名。哦，对，这里就得简单提一下梅洛彼得堡的设定了，因为梅洛彼得堡并不是简单枫丹监狱这一个概念。
It's not simply the prison of Fontaine,
一直都是以自治的形式而存在，
and has always existed as an autonomous entity. It just makes me wonder as well how, if at all, this place will connect to Remuria, if at all, since Remuria was also like Capitolium was pushed under the sea. And they said this place has always been an autonomous unit or autonomous entity.
这次潜入的任务啊，看上去还挺新鲜的。
在 4.1 版本中呢，枫丹的魔神任务第3幕向深水中的晨星
Cataclysm's Quickening is the name of Act 4, and To the Stars Shining in the Depths is the name of Act 3.
调查一系列的事件，以及追寻公子的行踪。值得一提的是，
Like y'all are seeing the Abyss and also Conria parallels, right?
行者会得到一些老朋友的帮助，也会遇到一些新的面孔，比如梅洛彼得堡的公爵莱欧斯利以及护士长西格文，展开一系列的冒险故事。各位旅行者们，请敬请期待呀！
看起来啊，4.1版本的故事重心都是在梅洛彼得堡呀。旅行者啊，如果想要在这里调查，我猜一定。
Ashikai made an interesting video about Dottore being in Fontaine too, and how he might have built the oratories. I saw a little bit of that. It was interesting.
这位公爵呢
And also,
彼得堡的管理人莱欧斯利确实
like that scene of him flying in, that was definitely him. That had to be him. I didn't even realize that when I watched the 4.0 trailer.
让梅洛彼得堡运作的焕然一新。也正是因为如此，梅洛彼得堡并不是像大家所想的那样如监狱一般，甚至有一些刑满释放的罪。
Cataclysm's Quickening is a really ominous title. See, like, I feel like it's just linked to the prophecy, and the prophecy advancing in stages. Yeah, on the Zeppelin. Why did they let Paimon float instead of having her stand for her mugshot? What's the point of the height lines then? Good point. Really good point. I don't know.
就只能通过其他方法以理服人了。而莱欧斯利自然也不缺乏这方面的实力。由于莱欧斯利之前当过地下权。
Have we ever seen her standing on her feet, actually? I don't think we have. We've seen her like laying down.
这种情势复杂的地方，拳头有时候才是硬道理嘛。
搏击意味着力量的碰撞，但也常有故意卖弄破绽给对方，然后猛然回击的表现。作为一个冰元素的法器使用者
，Yes, Daddy. Oh.
和重击都能造成。
I'm pulling for both of them, so hopefully we get them. And I'm also pulling for their weapons.
同时损失生命值。
And we're gonna do that on stream, so.
损失的生命值正是他用来引诱对手进攻和抓住观众眼球的关键啊！在莱欧斯利的生命值较低时，他的重击则会被大幅的强化，并在命中敌人后。
How would you guys like it if I streamed 4.1's Archon quest as well? Last time it went decently. Okay, that's true. Also, wait, Remus is the wolf child. Rio is the wolf Cerberus. Oh my god, that's true. That's so true.
可真是生动形象啊！他的战斗方式与他的处事风格可谓十分的相似。此外，莱欧斯利也非常擅长调度资源，在合成武器突破术材时。
Paimon looks down on walking like mortals. Yeah.
这位公爵大人可真是多才多艺啊，管理、战斗样样精通。 真是太厉害。
Riceley seems so cool.
虽然莱欧斯利做事很有一套手段，但梅洛彼得堡毕竟是建立在枫丹的水下，常年见不到阳光。
Deep beneath the waters of Fontaine, where the sun doesn't shine,
邪恶在滋生，
and evil forces are at play in the dark recesses of the prison.
御犬之章也将上线，旅行者可以在任务中进行了解。
A word of advice: don't break the law. Is there anything else? Yeah, seriously, don't break the law.
Oh, I love his voice actor too.
A moment, please.
What are the odds of Remus being the primordial one? Very low. I don't think he's the actual primordial one because there was something about him receiving something from the primordial one, actually. I have to look it back up, but there's like something that implies he got something from the primordial one. Do y'all think it's a coincidence that the Sumeri level up tree is an onion? Exactly. Who am I really?
Be sanctified.
You'll never know. Yeah, I think he's just similar to like every other traveler-like character in the game. Every other primordial one-like character in the game, rather. The way they describe him is like very similar, with like connections to gold, connections to music. He got something from the water sovereign, the chalice. Oh, interesting. No, I thought there was something else though. I can't remember. Yeah, he cries a lot. That's the only thing stated in the wiki? Well, alright. But no, I still don't think he's the primordial one.
我一直以为啊，只有茶可以这么品啊，想不到只是普通的水啊，纳维莱特都能品出那么多花样，可真是长见识了。
纳维莱特既有对公的一面，其实也有对私的一面。他十分喜爱美露星，认为他们是一个善良美丽的种族。纳维莱特甚至在枫丹法规中加入了一条巧妙的法律，对美露星的称呼必须使用人格意味的他。
Oh, that's sweet.
没想到这位最高审判
Sweet that he
官
did
还有
that.
这样的一面。不过美露星确实十分可爱，我十分理解他的行为。
其实还有一支直接隶属于最高审判官的特别行政机构——主影庭，绝大多数雇员都是由美露星组成的。这倒不是因为纳维莱特偏心，因为美露星们的特殊视觉能够看到人类难以观察到的东西，能帮助纳维莱特收集各种证据进行审判。但这个特点让在主影庭里工作的美露星们很容易受到犯罪分子的威胁。纳维莱特自然也不会对这种情况坐视不管。在 4.1 版本中，旅行者还可以通过体验纳维莱特的传说任务朝永
Deluvius chapter? What does that mean? Deluvius?
纳维莱
Deluvius?
特亲自出马，那这群犯罪分子
What does that mean? It also stated that Remus came from the primordial sea. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look it back up.
深刻的印象。
没错，
But
纳维莱特虽然
yeah,
当时并
at the very least, I think he's primordial one light,
是毋庸置疑的。
just like Deshret and
是
Ermin
一个明智的
and the Travelers
纳维莱特的攻击
and probably
方式
Venti.
是展开的。在一段时间的蓄力后，纳维
Oh,
莱
it
特
means flood. Thank
将
you.
持续消耗生命值，
Interesting.
释放汹涌的洪流，持续对前方直线区域内的敌人造成水元素范围伤害。纳维莱特当前的生命值
Thank you,
越高
thank you, thank you,
攻
thank
击
you.
造成的伤害也就越高，而它的元素战绩、元素爆发则可以生成一种叫做远水之滴的球体。中击在蓄力时，则会自动吸收前方区域内的远水之滴，恢复它的生命值。
It's a crime to mispronounce a melazine. Yeah, exactly. Good.
当纳维莱特
Should be.
处于队伍中时，
Get them pronouns right.
角色进行水下冲刺的移动速度也会得到提升。
纳维莱特攻击方式啊，还真是简明直观，凌厉但又不失优雅。那么两位新角色的情况，我们也都初步了解了。我们接下来再为大家介绍一下新版本的活动起源安排吧。相信肯定很多旅行者已经等候多时了。
好呀，在 4.1 版本中，纳维莱特与胡桃将会在第一期活动起源中出现，并提升获取。
So we get in Hu Tao. Oh yeah, she's gonna be in that poetry event, right?
莱欧斯例外，我们的老朋友
And so is Venti. I find this to be so suspicious.
并获得概率 up。
They always pair Venti with the most suspicious characters
这个版本的
whenever they release his banners.
更多信息也会由我的同事稍后为大家揭晓。
Fountain Flood gives Noah's Ark vibes, and to that means Ark in Hebrew. Yes. arc of or something,
那
right?
么在给大家带来新伙伴的信息之后呢，还请大家休息片刻，看一下第一则兑换码。之后啊，我们还会给大家带来新版本的。
We're all going broke for hot men in 4-1. Yeah, yeah, I'm going broke. Which kind of sucks because I want Farina as well. Oh, we are not sitting through 5 minutes of this.
Medium low and let it simmer for 15 minutes. When you can
Oh,
smell
yeah.
the aroma of warm spice.
I found that this was interesting that they did this during the live stream. How did you guys think about that? Oh, well, they only did this for the anniversary, right? Where they did like the little cooking things.
欢迎回来，在4.1版本啊，除了丰富的剧情和角色啊，还有许多全新的。
What does that tell you about Venti, I wonder?
那么今天啊，我也有幸
Filler crap? I mean, yeah.
美术同学阿汤哥来为我们介绍相应
It was cute though.
旅行者们好。
Did you listen to the first Melazine tour that we get?
节目现场
That we used to get to the city from the desert?
阿汤哥
Yes, but what specifically about it?
着重介绍一下4.1地区的新场
Cute, but a bit of a waste of time.
上
I
个
can see
版本
that.
啊，我们已经来到了枫丹，见识到了不同的风土人情，尤其是水下世界的风景啊，给我们带来全新的体验。对于新版本的场景啊，我可是十分期待。那么，不妨就从我们身后的这片区域开始吧。
Oh, finally, the Research Institute.
背景中这个
Where what's-his-face Eastinghouse blew it up.
十分好奇啊，阿汤哥来给我们介绍一下。
没问题。我们身后的这片区域就是旧枫丹科学院的中央实验室遗址，在自然地形风貌上依旧延续了枫丹的清新优雅，但因为枫丹科学院的某些科技与混合，使得整个区域发生了巨大的爆炸事故，所以上空有着让人惊奇的异重力凝水体，因失重漂浮在海岸上空几百米，十分壮观。也因为这里曾发生的爆炸事故，场景设计上也是会更加的残破。
Ooh, I cannot wait for all the world quests.
优雅精致，这里
I cannot wait.
淡淡的忧伤。
确实啊，一眼望去啊都是残破的这个遗迹啊，可以想象啊当初的这个爆炸事故啊是有多么惨烈。
是的，相当的惨烈啊！这个场景展现爆炸后的不稳定性是一大难题。我们利用
Find it nice that they gave the VAs a bit of spotlight. Yeah.
既满足了概念设定
That was nice. Venti is basically the spy master of sorts in the headcanon of the Seven and their roles in the upcoming war with Celestia. Interesting.
没错，旅行者们
I really want to know what the age demographic of Genshin is because the way people comment on their videos is disturbing if you think about it. Yeah, sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder.
这个叫枫丹科学院的机构啊，听上去太疯狂了吧？居然这么大
The part where she talks about the Institute making a mountain shelter to save the people from flooding, I think. Oh, interesting. I didn't hear that part. Interesting.
枫丹动能工程科学研究院
Oh, by the way, people, I have good news. I had gotten married on July 30th. Congratulations, by the way. I delayed my honeymoon for fontaine archon quests to be done. What? Why for this game? Girl, no. But still, congratulations. Yeah, why cubes? It's a good question. Also, I really like the design of this boss. For me, Venti is the intelligence keeper with all his poems and stuff. Yeah, he's like keeping the truth alive. Especially, that is especially even more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not necessarily true, but like, him keeping the truth alive is a lot more viable, especially after the Melazine quests, because if you remember that whole part with Remuria, and we were trying to do the whole musical part of that, and that one Melazine was like, yeah, music conveys the truth of the world. So that makes it interesting, makes Venti more sus, and it also makes me look at the Moon Sisters, who in one of the books is called the Daughters of Prose and Song.
旅行者们可要小心了哦。那么介绍完地上的区域，这次阿汤哥又给我们带来哪些关于水下的情报呢？
自然是有的。
Oh, you were gonna get married before the Rona, so you have no plans for the honeymoon at all. Gotcha. So it's just kind of like you're just kind of like, whenever it happens.
本质上却被认定为流放者的聚集地。
So it should be regarded as a place for exiles. They can obtain living supplies through labor. The whole fortress is built underwater. Hidden structure made up of valves and shit. I don't know, y'all, it's giving me Conria vibes. Because it's like, it's literally supposed to represent the underworld. Especially with all the Cerberus imagery.
想给初次到达这里的旅行者们留下深刻的印象。
的确如你所说，给我留下了深刻的印象。不过，作为全枫丹罪人的流放场所，它内部的设施数量想必不止如此吧？
在梅洛彼得堡下方，还有一处制造着各种。
Binkex, how you doing? Oh, I've seen your videos. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. You make some good, interesting videos. I wonder if Columbina is connected to it. Maybe. Possibly. I feel like she's very connected to Arlecchino, but we'll see. I'm wondering if she's gonna appear at all during Fontaine. You know what? Speaking of... Oh, by the way, this is really cool. Like this factory. But again, this gives me like Conria vibes, where they're making field tillers, except these guys are making Gardamex. But on the Harbingers... Does anybody else feel like we're gonna get Sandrone possibly with shit involved with Conria since she likes Ruin Guard tech? Like, that's when I feel like we're probably gonna start seeing her, if not in Fontaine. Thank you, I love lurking in here. I'm still waiting on Sandrone's appearance. Me too. But I feel like she might appear when we start talking more about like Conria stuff. But I don't know. Riceley is really realistic if you think about it, because he beats prisoners up and puts them to factory labor. I mean, that is 100% true about how prison works in America, but yeah. Oh goodness. Venti has like 95 chance to be immune to Erminsul retcon. I agree. He's a really sus boy. Yeah, a lot of Harbingers have to do with Ruin Guards. Yeah, but like... Oh. Remember, Dottore also had that Ruin Guard factory, but Sandrone was pissed at Child for pretty much ruining it. So I wonder if Sandrone was actually related to all of those Ruin Guard factories that the Fatui have. I want to know more about her. Also, I want her to be playable. Like, I want her to be the Clara of Genshin, if you guys know Clara from Star Rail. Or Clara. I believe Sandrone is an advanced kind of clockwork mecha and I will die on that hill. That would be a very interesting twist on her. Like, she's the puppet or something. Yeah, her in-game model is going to be interesting. I want to see how they do her dapper Ruin Guard. I wouldn't be surprised, especially if we learn more about Guizhong, which I highly think we will, because she gives moon vibes. But since she's a lower ranked Harbinger, I don't think they'll hold on to her too long. Probably not, but it'll be interesting to see. She looks like an interesting character. Victoria, I would guess Sandrone will appear when we learn more about the Adventurers Guild, since she's Catherine's maker. Yeah, that would be interesting. When will you continue the Sun and Moon series on a video? I can't really watch streams, but I love your work and you guys. I wish you all a wonderful day. Soon. Don't worry. Oh, don't worry. I got 3 projects coming up for you guys, and they're all Sun and Moon related. They are all Sun and Moon entries. And they are all major entries as well. The first one will come out sooner than you think. So less than a year, that's the time frame I'm giving you. Hi Queen, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Talk about Locha auto vibes. Oh yeah, he's definitely like the auto apocalypse of Star Rail. especially with like his little hand gesture he did at the end of the last Trailblazer quest. That's totally Otto. Tomorrow? Oh God, no. Sun and Moon part. Yep, pretty much Soleil. Oh wow, next week we'll finally know Arlecchino's ranking. I hope so, yeah. Oh yeah, because they're gonna show it on the screen. Thank fucking God. Finally. Is she actually number 4 like people think? We shall see. I really hope we get more Moon Sister and Seelie Lore and Fontaine. Oh, we definitely will. Maybe some Isteroth. Oh, we definitely will get that. Yes. We definitely will. We 100% will. Okay. Wait, let's continue. This looks like a really cool place. I know I already said that, but once again, it's really cool.
如何让这些精密的齿轮繁而不乱，我们团队也费了不少心思啊。
能看得出来，虽然是枫丹关押犯人的场所，但我已经等不及去里面探索一番了。
在梅洛彼得堡附近也有不少可以自由探索的区域。这里，我向
I'm kind of wondering how this is gonna look on the map. You know what I mean?
此处被史基矿所影响，产生了奇异的生态景象。旅行者在蝉藤中穿梭时，会遇到不小的挑战哦。
哎，这非常符合我对水下世界的幻想。各种神秘的区域和奇异的植被啊，总能激发我的探索欲望。不过，在这片新的探索区域，想必我们也会遇到一些新的敌人吧。
All right, have a good day. See you later, Gabriel.
矗立在远海异种顶端的另一位霸主，自泡泡海马成长而来的顶尖掠食者千年珍珠峻灵，就潜藏在这片区域的某个岩窟之中。它进化出了幻兽的形姿，头部下方的异海珍珠。
This is a very pretty seahorse. Child is gone. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about Child. To be honest, I forgot that he was in this fortress. Oh my goodness.
旅行者们也要小心哦。
感谢阿汤哥啊！听完你的讲解啊，让我对新版本更加期待。
That is kind of okay. That is kind of sus that they didn't show him at all, isn't it? Like we didn't see him at all. Yeah, whatever. I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure he'll be fine. Well, Child is probably an excuse for Arlecchino to talk to Farina. Yeah. But like, it sounds like they're talking about the prophecy. But you're right. Oh God.
I'm Brittany Cox, or as you might know me, Der Prinzessin.
That looks yummy. But we're gonna skip through this. I'm sorry. It looks delicious though. Okay, so this is like the poetry stuff. Honestly, we're not gonna go through this because the poetry shit. Do I give a shit about this? Not really. Though, okay, I kinda do because Venti, and that's really it. That's the only reason I care. Go back to Rice. Ugh. Ugh. Fathers, they're fathering. Both of them. So hot. Let's just sit on this picture for a minute. Venti is there, so expect Zhongli to show up. I hope so. I want to see more interactions between the two. What I really want is for Zhongli and Venti to interact with one another. I was so pissed when Venti was in Inazuma but had no interactions with whatsoever. It was very irritating. When he was there for the Irodori festival, that was so upsetting. Get the lube. Oh my God. Magikarp. No. This is a somewhat PG. Actually, this isn't PG at all. This is safe for work. Safe-ish for work. No naughtiness. If Arlecchino is father, Neuvillette is mother for sure. Oh my God, he's mothering. You're right. Yeah, like A needs to go explore somewhere, please. And Venti second story quest when? They need to do it during Fontaine, especially since Fontaine's real world inspirations align quite closely with Mondstadt's and Conria's as well. Like Rome, Europe in general, that was very influenced by Rome and Greece. Like, ugh. Come on. I already got fired because I tuned into your stream. Oh God. I'm so sorry. Wait, no leaks. No leaking. No leaking. No leaking. Le Papillon. Does anyone else feel like those pillars and circular rails around the research institute look so much like Celestia? All right, wait, let's go look. They kind of do resemble it. Like I can see what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. It's reminiscent. Like it reminds me of it. It doesn't look exactly like it, but it does remind me of it. I know what you're talking about. I just want to know what the fuck happened. How did they explode everything, and how did it explode everything into cubes? Floating cubes. I'm kind of glad these two are friends now. Venti and Hu Tao. Oh yeah, there was all of the milestones that they met, which was really interesting to hear about.
从零开始构建他的世界观并不容易。原神 IP 创作团队的同学以自身热情与才华，铸就了一个个鲜活生动的角色。
It is my opinion that Venti Quest will come with Mon expansion. That whole side of the map will be connected, in my opinion. Yeah, we haven't had any Mondstadt expansions since Dragonspine. It's been a minute since we've been to Mondstadt.
随意拾取的一本书籍，不经意间获取的武器，副本中掉落的圣遗物。 他们的背后甚至也有属于自己的精彩故事。其实，为了把一个架空世界填满，
Hu Tao rising up gods. Period. Hello, Alana. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. The cubes just give me forbidden knowledge of some sort. Yeah, it's so weird. And it gives Sustainer, right? Because she has cubes. It's interesting. Yeah, they like cubes for whatever reason. Maybe before Snezhnaya, maybe. Venti second quest will heavily involve Isroth. I mean, if it doesn't, I'm gonna be pissed, to be honest. Cause like, give us the juicy lore. Wait, Mondstadt and Fontaine are gonna be connected soon, probably. I mean, I would imagine so, cause like... Ruzoth, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Is this Fontaine music because it's breaking my brain and how much it reminds me of some official music from the GAA, lol. Interesting. Wait, which music? Oh god, wait, I'm 30 minutes late with that comment. Okay, yeah, because I was very confused, like, wait, what music? I think Venti's quest will come either way. Le Papillon. Well, wait, I can't see what you say because you retracted. I'm gonna assume you tried to post something that was naughty and a spoiler. Do we know whether there is a celestial nail in Fontaine or not? There 100% is at least one somewhere. That is the trend they've been following for every region so far. And yeah, I don't know if they would like magically change that. So yeah, probably at some point. To me, it kind of looks like Celestia was ripped from the ground or something and risen to the sky. Yeah, it does. Isn't that really interesting? It looks like it was like literally ripped from the earth. Makes you wonder about who originally lived there. I'm begging to see what's underneath Celestia. Oh yeah, that thing poking out at the bottom? Yeah. I'm ready to go to Celestia, to be honest. Nail in Remuria ruins. Maybe underwater? Yeah, maybe. Because some disaster happened to them. But I don't know. Okay, so historically, Remuria is kind of younger. At least younger than Gurabad. That's what we know right now. And I'm trying to remember when the nail fell during Gurabad's history. I don't know, I'll have to go back and look. But yeah, the nail being in Remuria would make sense. In Capitolium, that's the capital. Inazuman nail is MIA. Yeah, that's true, but like, it's heavily implied that a nail did some shenanigans on Tsurumi Island. Or at least like a fragment of a nail fell there and caused the fog. Even though we didn't see the piece or anything. But yeah, Inazuma's kind of a question mark with a lot of things. No dragon. Nail is missing. Yeah, the nail created the desert, so... I mean, we have several nail dropping events. True. The question is, did the nails fall at the same time or in different chronological order? See, that's where I am questioning it. Because on one hand, you could say the nails all fell at once. Especially if you think about Tsurumi Island and the Thunderbird's memories. The Thunderbird mentions a whole bunch of things falling from the sky, and a piece fell on Tsurumi Island. We also know from Flowers of Paradise Lost that the Primordial One dropped the nails in response to the second who came. At least that's what we assume, since it was talking about invaders coming from beyond the firmament. But do we know if there were multiple nail dropping events? I don't know. We have nails from the war with the dragon, but do we know if there were nails dropped at all during the war with the Seven Sovereigns? I don't think we've gotten anything about that. What if the Sustainer or someone else simply gave Remuria a visit, which could be why there might not be a nail? Oh god. Maybe. It's scary. I'm wondering where the nails came from. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say it now. It's probably dead Moon Sister. That's why I think they all dropped at once. I think they're made from Moon Sisters. At least 2 of them. But that's just my opinion. Am I going to explain why? No. Not right now. That's part 3. That's going to be explained in Istaroth's part. Also, what I noticed is so out of left field, but Paimon's boots look like celestial nails, don't they? And doesn't she have a lot of moon vibes? Isn't that so interesting? That'd be a tragic revelation. It would, wouldn't it? Like the nail dropping was to subdue Apep. No. No, it was to subdue the forbidden knowledge that was brought into the world during the, well, I'm assuming it's during the time of the second who came. It's whenever Nibelung came back to Tevat and brought forbidden knowledge with him. And the world was in the state of war again. Stop teasing us. Never. Was it implied that the second who came that actually won and currently acts as the imposter? We don't know who's in charge, but if you want my opinion, I don't think the second who came is in charge. I don't think the second who came is in charge, but I don't think the primordial one is in charge either. Yeah, Apep was kind of just like an accidental causality. She was trying, or they, excuse me, we don't know her gender. They were trying to use or trying to look and gather up forbidden knowledge and analyze it, but they didn't get a chance to. But the forbidden knowledge was already in the world because of Nibelung and because it was in the middle of the war. I think no one is in charge. Well, no, I think someone's in charge. Celestia looks abandoned to me. I don't know. Yeah. I'm really waiting to learn about the Night Mother. Assuming it's paralleling the Abyss itself is the embodiment of her wickedness and not the other way around. That's an interesting subject. Night Mother. Very interesting. I have thoughts, but I'm not going to say them. Fun fact, I was the one who removed all of the she, her pronouns from Apep's wiki page, lol. Oh, great. Thank you. Because, yeah, I know it's hard because obviously Apep is voiced by a woman and sounds feminine, but in the story, they do not mention their gender at all. So for now, I just go for they. So good on you, Gyeon. Ever realize back in the quest with a big dragon, we get separated from Paimon? You think the traveler saw the dead king of the desert, body of some kind? I have no idea. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that it's implied that nails were dropped at the war with the Seven Sovereigns, then with Second Who Came. Okay, but when was that implied, though? Because I don't remember it ever being implied that nails were also dropped during the war with the Seven Sovereigns. Because, like, that was the first thing that happened before, like, the Tevat as we know it was even created. What is the big deal about gender? Well, just got to make sure you are, you know, referring to people in the way that they want to be referred to. I find it weird Apep did not react to Paimon at all. No one ever does, which is very frustrating. Wait, didn't the nails drop to either put civilizations asunder or cleanse forbidden knowledge problems? I think the main purpose of them was to cleanse forbidden knowledge. At least that's what it seems like. But right now we're questioning when that happened and if there were multiple instances of it. And I'm saying I don't think there was ever an instance or ever an implication that they were dropped during the time of the Seven Sovereigns. Again, they could have been, but I don't know if there's been anything to imply that. I'm going to check Nikita's story quest right now. Yeah. No, because what Apep says matches up with the Second Who Came's arrival. Like, nothing they say contradicts anything about what we know about the Second Who Came. Triquetra symbol means imaginary in Honkai, but Paimon has the upside down Triquetra, so she's real and not fake with all these fake sky claims. That's interesting. Okay, wait. I guess we could continue. There's nothing really else in this, is there? They just talk about, like, the milestones. And then they play the cool music. Which is really nice to listen to, but we don't have to listen to that.
There you have it, folks.
Oh, I did not mean the gender thing like that. I meant, why does it matter in the Apep situation? It's more just to be accurate, I guess. Because their gender was never actually revealed. So I guess people are kind of, you know, want to be, I don't know what the word is. They want to be correct about it, I suppose. But I mean, whatever. Like I said, I don't really blame you if you call Apep a girl or refer to her in a feminine light because she has a feminine voice actor, so. I wonder if they're actually going to make Paimon food with the mentions of things eating each other to gain or absorb power. Elinus consecrated beast. That's an interesting thought. That's also scary. Because poor Paimon. Are we going to have to like nom her? I was hoping we'd get some anime info during this live stream. Yeah, I don't know when we're going to get information about that. Like, Is it still happening? Do you think Conria could be based off the land of Nod more than Atlantis? The land of Nod. Could you remind me? Is that a biblical land? Conria, Yeah, animations take a long time, so I doubt Apep themselves would care. I mean, they're a character in a Magic game. So yeah, I guess they wouldn't give a crap. But first, we still have to get news on the Switch port. Is that happening? Yes, you should search it. Okay, yeah, I'll have to look it up. Okay, I just checked the Spanish wiki, and in Spanish, Apep is referred as Mets. Wait, okay, so what? Can you share like why you think it was targeting Apep specifically? UFO table projects specifically also take a while, yes. That's true. The masculine is kind of always the default. Hello, Espoir. How you doing? Nail was dropped on Apep when they searched for forbidden knowledge. No, I think the way that they say it is while she was searching. See, I even said she. While they were searching for it, the nail ended up dropping. I don't think they say it specifically was dropped because they were looking for forbidden knowledge. Yeah, I think they were just contributing to the existing problem. Like, I'm just saying from what I remember, it wasn't implied that it was dropped specifically for Apep. Apep is also an Egyptian god. Yes, an Egyptian god that devours the sun, which is interesting because Apep in Genshin devoured Deshret, allegedly. She'd om-nom-nommed his body. More because of Deshret more than anything. Which, yeah, that would make sense too, since he also brought forbidden knowledge into the world. But no, I'll have to go back through it, but what I remember reading, nothing contradicted or implied that the nail dropping happened any earlier than when the second who came arrived. But again, I'll have to just go back and look. And also, it also is how we interpret what's being said. So I could be wrong, but I don't know. Do dragons even have gender? I guess they can. Yeah. Didn't the forbidden knowledge only become a problem for Apep after they ate Deshret? Yeah, for them specifically, yeah, because they got corrupted. Apep got struck by the nail, then met Deshret, then Nibelung returned. Okay, but I'm pretty sure they say, you know what? We're gonna do this now. Nahida, second story quest. We're gonna do this right now. Okay, this one.
We are not that different.
Girl. Let's listen to what she says. Or they say.
Paimon,
God damn it.
We will never understand it, and it will never understand us. That's how it's destined to be. But as long as you can be healthy again, then nothing else matters to me, Apep. Samara will be free from threat as long as your health is maintained.
I thought that my rage would be kindled once my power returned to me. However, what I feel now is a feeling that has long eluded me. The feeling of peace.
The forbidden knowledge influenced you ever since you were contaminated, greatly amplifying your hatred and rage.
Yes, there's no denying that. Although my hatred for that usurper from beyond the heavens still stirs deep within me. Destroying you.
By the way, Apep's voice actor is really good. Do we know who they are? Who she is?
My position still stands, and I will have nothing to do with you. When you inevitably perish due to your ever-expanding curiosity,
Okay, yeah, so...
I will still sneer and mock you in my heart.
Alright, they're about to talk about it, I think.
Who can put up with you? I respect your decision, and with time, I will prove to you that we will not repeat our mistakes. Before you begin resting, there is one last thing I would like to know. How did you become affected by forbidden knowledge?
It's a long story. We all once believed in the distant past that only forbidden knowledge could give us enough power to defeat the heavenly principles. The Dragon King acquired the power of darkness from outside of this world and led us in a fight against the order established by the outsiders.
Alright, so this is what Apep said. He acquired the power of darkness, i.e. forbidden knowledge, from outside the world and led them in a fight against the heavenly principles. So this is after the initial war with the Seven Sovereigns. Right? We can all agree on that. Yes, no, maybe so. So that happened.
Dragon King?
An unimaginable war took place into that, causing destruction on an unprecedented scale. The world itself was on the verge of collapse.
So this is a war, an unimaginable war. It sounds a lot like the same war we heard about when the Second Who Came arrived, right? We learned about that in the Byakuya collection. Can we agree on that? So this is probably around that time. Okay, continuing. So that war happened.
In war, the victor would inherit the right to shape the world, while the losers must turn into ash. But I didn't give up on searching for a way to turn the tides, even after the death of the Dragon King.
Okay, even after the death of the Dragon King, so at some point Nibelung died.
More forbidden knowledge from the corners of the world, as it was on the verge of collapse. I was stopped by the giant spike that fell from the sky.
Okay, so like I thought, Apep does not say that the nail was specifically dropped on them. They were just trying to collect forbidden knowledge during this war. So while the war was going on and while the world was still on the verge of collapse, a nail fell. So again, that's why I say that does not contradict what we know about the Second Who Came, and it also does not contradict with what we know about Flowers of Paradise Lost, or whatever it's called, that artifact set, where it talks about the Primordial One dropping nails when invaders came into the world. What if the Second Who Came is actually Nibelung after a transformation from the Abyss? It's possible, but I don't know if it was just Nibelung. Since I have a feeling the game will use time travel BS, oh god. Well, probably. Using time as a reference is pointless. Well, it's good. We have to get the timeline in order though, because there's a lot of confusion with it. There was a lot of confusion as well with the whole Deshret thing. When he brought forbidden knowledge into the world, there were literally some people who thought that that was at the same time Conria was destroyed, but it wasn't. But why not mentioning the Second Who Came then? I feel like they intentionally did that to leave things up in the air, but that is a good question. Why aren't we hearing about the Second Who Came? But at the same time, that phrase, the Second Who Came, was only used by the Enkanomians, so other people could have other names for them, right? From this line, I get that the nail was dropped to stabilize that specific corner of the world. But she says they say corners of the world. They tried to collect forbidden knowledge from the corners of the world. So they were trying to do this in multiple places. But then they were stopped by the giant spike.
Sand dunes arose where there was only forest.
Yep. So now she's saying this is when Sumeru, this part of Sumeru anyway, became a desert. Which also corroborates with what we already knew.
And it was as if even Sumeru itself was trying to tell me that the era of the dragons was over.
But you still didn't give up, did you? Because of Amen Al-Ahmar.
Yes. Al-Ahmar eventually obtained.
I wonder if the world is a cube, which is why it has corners. That would be interesting.
His ambitions continue to grow, and he planned to establish a powerful kingdom in my domain. Although I didn't think much of him, I allowed his actions under one condition. The condition was that after his death, all the knowledge he came to accumulate would belong to me. At that time, I still harbored deep regrets. By the time the Dragon King finally returned, the world had irrevocably changed.
And this is also the thing that people are confused on, and me as well. When did he come back, and in what form? Where is Nibelung?
Some of the dragons have grown close to your kind, and have forgotten all about our hatred from when the world was taken from us. And some died.
All right, but I think that's it. Y'all get the gist, right? That's why I'm confused about the timeline myself. But I will, like, it doesn't, to me, nothing of what Apep said contradicts with the second Who Came. I think it all happened during the second Who Came's time. But whether that means Nibelung is the second Who Came, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Second Who Came seems like the third party in the three-way war. That's kind of what I've been thinking to a certain extent. Well, my thought process is Nibelung did not come back to Teyvat alone. I think there were people with him, especially if we think about Flowers of Paradise Lost, saying that invaders, so plural, came from beyond the firmament. And if you think about what Apep says, yes, Nibelung did lead the dragons in another fight. But the question is, weren't there already dragons in Teyvat? Are they really the invaders that are being talked about? I don't know. I wonder if Nibelung is now considered a descender to the world. Good question, I don't know. So the Dragon King returned around Al-Ahmar's time, I guess. Yeah, that's what it seems like. At some point he came back, or they came back, whatever the fuck. Yeah, so like it's after everything was already said and done, with Sumeru changing into the desert and then the world changing after that big war. And then the Dragon King returned from death. Whatever that means. Nibelung is Jesus, basically. It was implied that Nibelung is dead, but then Apep mentioned how he returned. Yeah. So maybe Nibelung is just in a actually weakened state. Yeah, like he lost his memories or something. Like, what are we dealing with here? There's plenty of avenues they could go with this. Or he changed form. Maybe he became a human. Maybe he fucking became a human. I have a theory about all of this in my next video. Because I will say there is a precedent, somewhat of one at least, for dragons becoming humans. Or becoming one with dragons. Humans becoming one with dragons in Genshin. I really want to know how were the dragons not corrupted by forbidden knowledge if it sits outside of the firmament and the primordial one had not yet made it? See, isn't that the question? It's so confusing. There's just so many unknowns. Because like and then where does the primordial sea fit into all this, right? I kind of feel like the dragons lived in the primordial sea. Well, everything did, right? Because all life on Teyvat was made with the primordial sea. I don't know, it just makes you wonder. And then if you think about all the dragons, they're like based on sea creatures. But so are the Sealies, which is very interesting. Do you have any thoughts on Remus being referred to as the first usurper? I presume the primordial one should be the first unless it isn't actually considered one. So I think in terms of Remus and Remuria, I think Remus was the usurper when he descended upon Fontaine and took over whatever was ruling there. That's what I think they mean by usurper. But again, I don't know. Because if you remember, the Harmost, Boethius, he was like a little boy. And the Remurian Empire had done conquest on where he was living, and then he ended up becoming a Harmost for Remus. So that's why I think he calls Remus a usurper. If I'm remembering that correctly. But I don't know. Could be wrong. Remus and Remuria are the alternate timeline of Romulus and the Roman Empire. Yes. And what's also weird about this is that it was mentioned in the Mitternacht Waltz, which is an item dealing with Fischl. Like the Remurian Empire was straight up mentioned there. Sealies. Oh, I see what you did there. That would make sense, but if Remus is only the first usurper, I wonder if there's a second or third. It's a good question. I just want to know more about Remuria. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for more lore. I'm really curious about Kokomi and Neuvillette's connection to each other. That would be interesting if they have a connection. Because Kokomi does have like a lot of dragon vibes, right? At least a lot of dragon references in her design. Kokomi is part of a school that earned the respect or seniority of an Oceanid. I always wondered what school it was. Oh, are you referring to the Bottleland stuff? I think Remus is called a usurper because he took over the Celtic-inspired locals, like how the Romans took over Gaul, which would make sense. I mean, the Romans did a whole bunch of conquests with a lot of European tribes across Europe. So like the Goths, the Visigoths, the Ostrogoths, the Lombards, like there's a whole bunch. Which is kind of funny because all of well, at least some of those tribes would be the Roman Empire's undoing. Fischl's real name is Amy, which is an Ars Goetia name. Sus. She also has a whole bunch of traveler vibes, which is sus. Do I have any thoughts on why there's purple fog covering Fontaine in the 4.1 trailer? I'm betting on Abyss Takeover. Wait, what? Oh wait, I have the trailer here. Where?
Strange sounds.
Wait, where is that? At what point? What purple mist? I have missed this.
My emotions because I cannot fully understand myself.
It's a very short. Oh, is that what you're referring to? This? Like right here?
Understand my.
Oh, that is weird. Well, this is like. Hold on. I think this is during a. Wait, that looks so.
Because I cannot fully understand myself.
So, okay, if you asked me I feel like this might be during a cutscene during a world quest. Because this is at the Research Institute's central laboratory, right? The one in the sky with the cubes. But I don't remember ever seeing this glowing thing in any of the things that they've shown of it during the day. So I'm assuming this happens during a world quest. I could be wrong though.
I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
It looks like the mist from the Three Realms Gateway offering. Yeah, like Sync was saying. It seems like abyssal stuff. And then there's the purple stuff again. It could just be the time of day. No, but it looks... It does look very abyssal. Very void realmish. I don't know what's going on with that. This looks very much like a world quest. Yeah. It looks like the Elinus ruins. No, these are like... These are the... This is definitely the Research Institute, right? Because there's that boss. No, wait, that's not the boss. What is that? What is this machine? I didn't notice that. What the fuck is that? Probably what's causing the mist. Who knows? Oh yeah, because it's full of Wisa energy. If you look, you see on the side, the purple canisters, whatever the fuck that is.
I cannot fully understand myself.
I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
Rumors saying that you were born from calamity. You inherently bring danger to those around you.
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? Melazines can't be trusted. That goes for Neuvillette too.
There's a...
What's going on here? This is definitely the world quest too, because this is at the Research Institute. But what is going on here? Yeah, and it's like dark here too. It's not purple, but it's dark.
That goes for Neuvillette too.
There's only one thought on my mind. Only through bloodshed can the dead be repaid.
Risley, where did you take my siblings?
Even if the truth may not be pleasant, since they have no way to dispose of the leftover remains, they have ways to transform them into other forms and keep them in the form.
Okay, so I know we did not talk about this. Holy shit. That's primordial water, isn't it? And yeah, you better fucking hoof it, Risley, cause girl, you about to get yourself turned into water. Okay, so there is definitely primordial water down here. And it would make sense that they have a lot, because remember, Neuvillette said there wasn't any more on the surface of the world. Well, what about underneath? And I actually think Conria may have had access to the primordial waters as well. Maybe they used it to make their art of Chemia in some way. Yeah, I did not even notice that before, but now that I'm looking at it, yeah, that's purple goop. He about to be turned into LCL, basically. By the way, the Leonard Wings blueprint that had the Latin text, it referred to a device Da Vinci created, shaped like a screw that was able to fly vertically. That's interesting. I do remember he made diagrams of flying machines and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Either water or new human. Yeah. Neo-human? Ooh, that would be interesting if he turned into one. Dottore had it too, I believe. I believe that as well. That Dottore was or has access to it, and that it's in that little earring vial or whatever that he had in A Winter Night's Lazzo. I'm getting worried, Star. This is concerning. I don't want my husband to be turned into primordial goop.
And keep them in the fortress forever.
It beggars belief just how carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, have failed to take action.
Who are you? What are you trying to do? Please don't kill me.
Ugh. Please let us pull for her. Please make her playable. Just the leg crossing over. Ugh, so powerful. And then these cool things. Wait, hang on. He's still running from it in here. Because there's a purple tint. And there it is. He's still running from it in this scene.
Justice means to you, answer me, Neuvillette.
I don't like how scared Focalors sounded in that scene. Yeah, she's just an innocent child in my opinion.
And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
It is unnecessary to hold me.
They went so hard on the music during that part. Oh my goodness. He stops the purple waters. Yeah, like, but how? I'm wondering if we're gonna see more people die because of this. Because of the goop.
This species from
Oh, that shot is so powerful. I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, the entire trailer is just so good for the music. I'm sorry, we're gonna listen to this again because I love it.
You will see much in the human world. From the
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Anyan. He is stopping the primordial waters.
delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard.
How is he stopping them is my question. Right. Well, then that would mean he's not originally from Fontaine. I mean, he is a dragon, right? Well, or so we think. Okay, wait, but if dragons are unaffected by primordial waters and they lived inside the primordial sea before the primordial one arrived, I don't know where I was going with that. Just ignore that. The power of sexiness, that's how.
The wind, wafting to pastures beyond their home.
Two greedy fishies struggling to swim. They ate so much that they're starting to groan.
Welcome to this festival of poetry, jointly organized by Lua and Mondstadt.
This riddle is, unique?
Okay, I got something.
It's pizza! The answer is pizza!
Oh, yeah. The answer is Paimon.
It's Paimon. I was actually gonna say Paimon too.
Wait, where's the Traveler?
No, you're all completely wrong.
Where's Ether or Lumine?
I think the answer was Paimon.
Venti Poem's gonna be lore heavy? I hope so. Wait. That also reminds me of something they said during the live stream about the water. You know how they said that Neuvillette likes tasting waters from other regions, and they were talking about how Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, and then Liyue's water is like, it has like a strong taste or something. What did he say? What did they say? Somebody remind me. That's not important. I just wanted to point that out. This just made me think about it. If Neuvillette is a Hydro Dragon, then Kokomi is just a sleepy girl. Probably. She's just a sleepy girl. Has an enduring aftertaste. Thank you. Thank you, Gyan. Yeah, he's got a silly side job. He's kind of like Zhongli that was going around and like tasting, like how he went to Mondstadt that one time to taste some drinks or like tea. Why was he there? Y'all remember that when Zhongli went to, whatever the pub in Mondstadt's called? I can't remember right now. You think he drank primordial water one day to try it out? I mean... maybe. Imagine the flood caused the flood in Guili Plains. Oh, interesting. There was a flood, wasn't there? Maybe all Hydro Dragons were born in humans because water can take any shape. Ooh, you right. Ooh, you right. You right. And then with the primordial waters as well being the source of all life, water can take any shape. It literally takes all shapes in this world. But also on the subject of that, why do you think the primordial waters have become angry and hungry and just reduces everybody back to like their base form and only Fontainians? Why isn't Focalors going to dissolve, but everyone else is? If she's not from Fontaine, where is she from? The Abyss don't know. Isn't that the question? I think because Fontaine people aren't people. Oh God. They're fake? They're not real? Forbidden knowledge shenanigans, maybe. Maybe. What is this sin about Fontainians, I wonder? Fontaine people are Oceanids light. That would be interesting. Yeah, I don't know what their sin is. Probably has something to do with the past. Maybe Neuvillette knows.
I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself.
I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
Rumors saying that you were born from calamity. You inherently bring danger to those around you.
Why should we trust this species from who knows?
His story quest is going to be really interesting. So is Risley's though, or Risley's though. By the way, Risley abducted... Okay, we never really spoke about this, did we? How the fuck did Linny, Lynette, and Fremine all get down there? Are they also being imprisoned with us? Or is something else going on? Also, was that from the Archon quest or from Risley's story quest? Probs for trespassing. Oh, so you think they just snuck down there? I mean, Linny was talking about the Fatui operatives they had down here, there, or the House of the Hearth operatives they had down there disappearing, right? Maybe the dissolve thing only applies to humans, because elements and elemental creatures existed long before in the world. True. So only to Fontainian humans. Wait, what if Fontaine people are mixed with Oceanids? That would be interesting. Like the story of fallen angels who mated with humans. You're talking about, oh God, it's something with an N. What are they called? No, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's the Nephilim. I think that's what they're called. Yeah. But we supposedly cleansed the world from forbidden knowledge with Ruka. Yeah, allegedly. But that doesn't mean people can't stop bringing it into the world, right? Or that doesn't mean people won't keep bringing it into the world, like the Abyss people, the Abyss Order. Agiria did perish, fighting the cataclysm, and turned back into water, so some sort of godly aura splattered out to her people. That's interesting. She did boof. She did go poof into the Amrita, didn't she? And then the Simurgh like slurped up all her dead god juice. Yum, 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 yum. And the Pari were created from that. Ugh, it's like drinking her bath water. Ugh, I don't want to think about that. I think Nephilim are children of humans and angels, right? Yes, they are. Well, the abyssal mud is still there. True. The way about Linny said about his siblings, then his voice line afterwards might imply that he asked Risley where his siblings are to throw someone off. Maybe. Yeah, it's like dead god juice. Yum, 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 yum. And then, actually the Simurgh then exploded, didn't she? She poofed too. She should start selling her bathwater. Oh God, no. Could Columbina be a Nephilim? Maybe. I kind of think she's artificial in some way. But that's only because I think her and Dottore are going to have a similar relationship to the way Dr. Finkelstein and Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas have. I really think their relationship's going to be like that. Do I have any proof? No. I just think because he's a mad scientist and she was like calling him doctor. Dark mud continues to exist because it's preserved by the nail. The dark mud is like the form that forbidden knowledge takes, right? That's what the nails convert it into. Just vibes, you know? Dottore being responsible for half the Harbingers, let's go. I mean, that is true. Now I kind of see why he's number 2. But it's interesting that... So, a lot of people think as well that, you know, with the whole theories about Harbingers, Arlecchino being number 4, and then Capitano being number 1, and then Piero not being a Harbinger at all, but their director of some sorts. I really do hope Capitano is number 1, because that would lend more to the idea that based on his inspirations from the Capitano from the Commedia dell'arte, the stock character is supposed to be this braggart who's super powerful but actually isn't in reality. So putting him at like the highest spot in the Harbingers is really interesting, especially if they are gonna go in a similar direction of the Commedia dell'arte, where they have Capitano kind of knocked down a peg or two. But we'll see. We'll see what they do with that. Could it be that the Fatui found out about the research of the Narcissenkreuz and started making neo-humans themselves by injecting people with ancient gods' remains? That sounds like a recipe for disaster. But yeah, it's possible. I'm sure the Fatui have access to that stuff. And I'm sure Dottore has experimented. Why is there 3 thrones at the dancing robot arena? That's what I want to know. It's very interesting because that place where the opera house is had already existed prior to that. Same with the Fountain of Lucine. So I'm wondering if those 3 thrones existed before the place was officially built as well, the opera house. And if it's supposed to represent the 3 gods that lived in Fontaine, then one of them's definitely Remus, the other one's definitely Egeria, the third one is questionable. Could be a dragon. By the way, you're slaying the pronunciation, babe. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I don't do it all the time. I definitely don't. I butcher a lot, but... Dottore making Scaramouche, partly unlocking him anyway. Possibly Sandrone, possibly Columbina, possibly Capitano. Dottore is... When do you think we're actually gonna, like, fight Dottore? Because he's just kind of been popping up. And then dipping out. Varka will clash with Capitano. Oh god, I hope to see that. Dottore with Diluc, that I kind of want to see too. And the Jester with Kaya, that will be interesting. Just trust me, bro. Mon Endgame is gonna be hype. I want to see Dottore Endgame trust. I kind of want to see all of that. Dottore is too strong, I think. He is really strong. Because one of the thrones somehow has a camera, like why? I didn't notice that. Now they can't do Capitano dirty if he's actually ranked the first. This is what I think they'll do. I think there's just gonna be a big secret about him. Like the secret that he's probably not all the way human and that he might be a corpse. He might be a dead man. Because if you guys remember Kazuha's story quest about the sword that could take control of people's bodies. It was just a consciousness and a sword, but it presented itself as like this sword that looked really good, really powerful, but in actuality, that was more of a glamour. It was just like a bedraggled sword. I really think they might do something similar with Capitano. Yeah, he hides his face for a reason. Capitano corpse reanimated by Dottore. Maybe. I kind of think he's dead person. Or like some sort of entity controlling a dead, powerful body. It would be disturbing if he was a walking corpse, but it would be so fucking cool. And the theory hill I will die on is Crepus was the 10th Harbinger. Oh yeah, I saw that Ashikai theory. It was so good and I want that to be true. I really do. Dottore would probably be in the interlude quests. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Hello champ, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. What if the people of Fontaine were created from primordial water that may have a consciousness like Oceanids and it wants its separated parts back? Whoa. That's kind of a good, wow, that's interesting. It's kind of scary. So it once, they were all once one creature and then split into multiple parts like an Oceanid, and now it wants to come back together. That's scary. He could just be a walking armor set. That's true too. He could be like Al from Full Metal Alchemist. Why did that take me so long to think of? But yeah, he could be like a thing in a some sort of consciousness inside of like a suit of armor or like a dead body. Either way, I think it would be cool. Yeah, like what if he's just walking armor? We'll see what they do with him. What if Capitano is like Carter, excuse me, with Dottore paralleling Renee? Didn't Ashikai say that Dottore was Renee? Or like she theorizes that Dottore is partially Renee, I should say. Which is very interesting. And if Capitano is like Carter, like Renee, for those of you that don't know, Renee allegedly revived Carter somehow. We don't know how. Melazines have 2 dads and a few uncles. Yeah, and Albedo. I want Albedo to meet what's-her-face, the painting Melazine. She needs to meet her uncle. Maybe Arlecchino is dead since her hands are black like rotten flesh. Ooh. And she has crosses instead of pupils in her eyes. I don't know, but she seems... She's from Fontaine, right? She's like from here. She could have been one of those gifted kids experimented on, especially since we don't know her age either. Like, how old is she? You know what? I'm starting to think that the Narzissen-Kreutz Institute was a lot like it's a lot like the X-Men, with all those special kids being super smart. Ma mère, yeah, thank you. Her. What if Arlecchino is a neo-human? What if Child is? What if they all are? Arlecchino hands give me Frostbite vibes. Maybe. Yeah. Like her hands, ugh, that kind of sucks. A successful Kale experiment. Interesting. Maybe. So like injected with archon residue. Ew, he was kind of injecting dead god juice into everyone, wasn't he? Talking about Dottore, interesting.
Is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Neuvillette!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day...
Because, like, you definitely know he's getting some of this water on him, right?
When you have dwelt among humanity,
and it's not melting him.
You will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard.
I love him. I love his design. 10 out of 10. Daddy, please smash. Would smash. I'm here for you, step on me, etc., etc. Arlecchino was a child of the House of the Hearth. At some point, she took over while Fremine was still a child. Fremine knew both heads of the house. Interesting. Interesting. So then who was the previous Harbinger who ran the house? And why'd she kill them? If she did. Wait, child might have been corrupted by the abyss. Maybe. Wait, do we know that she was the child in the House of the Earth? Well, that would make sense though. Wait, hold on. French Mafia. The previous knave is dead. Because old knave was not a good person and probably abused her as well. Maybe. Bro, I cried a little seeing this part. Maybe the previous knave was extremely harsh. Child could go berserk and cause this flood. I skipped Yelan and Child for him. Oh. Good. Hopefully everybody's pulling for Neuvillette. Good luck if you are, and if you're not, what is wrong with you? House of the Hearth, like Promised Neverland. Never seen it. Wait, is that this? Wait, no, okay, wait. That's the one about the orphans that get fed to demons, right? Sorry if I spoiled anything. I think that's the anime. I was working on a theory where the 3 Melusines we work with are the 3 monkeys. They can hear, speak, and see things we cannot, like Mamere, Canotila, and oh, that's interesting. I like that idea. Gendo Ringo Momoyo Chitose was added back to Rito in 4.0 as an NPC, and she talks about Arlecchino and Ephim. Wait, Ephim was the dude who was trying to... I vaguely remember him, if I'm thinking of the right person. He was the one trying to get Gendo to do everything during that one quest, the fortune slip quest. You know what I'm talking about. Just the fortune slip quest. I'm pulling for him because I want him to hydro... Oh my god, Magikarp. Period. Me too, actually. I want him to hydro pump me. I hopefully don't spend too much on new. I have him guaranteed and my pity is 40. Okay, yeah, well that's good. So I'm hoping it will come fast. So I can then get Rio. That's what I'm hoping to. I'm hoping to get lucky so I can have both of them, and I also want their weapons. But I only have like close to 30,000 primos, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, Ephim is the member who went rogue. Wait, is that the one from Sumeru then? Onion, do you think the House of Hearth being the new name of the orphanage that used to have kids of criminals living near them there? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. We finally agree on something. Oh my gosh. Rio is my husband and Nuvi is my husband's husband. And he said the same thing about hydro pumping. Oh my god. I need an adult. I am an adult. Oh god. Oh. The weapon banner is a trap. It is, but it is a delicious trap that I will fall into every single time. I have 160 pulls ready for him. Oh, good. This is what happens when you're free to play and just feel burnt out on rolling new characters for like a year. Yeah. Like that's what happens is as long as you just like save, you'll be fine. You can get whatever you want eventually. Yeah, he's the Inazuman one. Okay. He revealed to be a breakaway from the house who followed the old knave. Interesting. Arlecchino is said to be a child who clashed with the previous Harbinger and replaced her. Interesting. So the old knave was a piece of shit. Arlecchino is not. Seems like a lot of people respect her, except for Child, who thinks she's crazy. This whole game is a trap, and we've fallen for it. Yep, that's gotcha games for you. Kind of off topic, but I don't think Neuvillette is connected to the Hydro Sovereign. I think he's more connected to Elianus and the Melazines, like an older brother of sorts. That would be interesting. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess, because I'm so excited for his story quest since it's going to be about the Melazines and shit. You're going for C6? Kudos to you. Good luck. This chat needs help. It does. Rio is Henry Cavill. Only facts from my holy mouth. I believe you. You're 100% right. Momoyo does say to take everything the Fatui say with a grain of salt, which I take to mean that it's like half true, period. I believe that. Yeah, we got to take everything they say with a grain of salt. Honestly, everything in this book, like in this game, excuse me, not book. Anything we hear from the characters, we always have to remember it's from a certain perspective. If Scar thinks she's cray-cray, there's red flags there. Yeah, because he likes fighting shit, and he was about to drown an entire city. By the way, do we just forget about the fact that he was trying to destroy Liyue? Cause... yeah, whatever, I'm sure it's fine. I actually feel like Farina is a red herring archon. Interesting. So what do you think is gonna happen? Oh yeah, I'm pulling for Farina. Honestly, I want all the Hydro characters to Hydro pump me. You know what? All of them are hot, aren't they? Yelan, Child, Neuvillette. Well, maybe not Xingqiu. I don't want him to Hydro pump me. Who else? Who else is a Hydro character? Oh, Kokomi's kind of cute. She's, you know, she's whatever. Oh, Ayato. Oh my god, yes. Mona's pretty hot too. They're all really cute. Oh god, don't make me talk about Child and everyone forgetting he tried to destroy Liyue. I mean, it's fine. He's fine. Who hasn't tried to destroy an entire city and kill people? Oh, Candace is pretty cute too. She's hot. Barbara, she's too innocent. Yes, and Raiden was a dictator. She's also a nun, so... but after the dating sim quest, everyone loves her now. Oh, yeah. I mean... I think people really started to like Raiden after her second story quest, too. Because it gave us more of an insight on how she felt, where her pain was coming from, and why she did what she did. And then, of course, Makoto. Because Makoto's really cool. Isn't Barbara also like 16? Yeah, she's like a child. And that's why I'm like, Xingqiu, no, thank you. I think he's a kid too. Mostly on the Chinese community. Or mostly Chinese community. Wait, who? Oh, most people who hated her? Oh, okay. Yeah, A is just a child who wasn't ready to rule, so she made an AI rule, basically. That does not excuse the subjugation of her people. No, it does not. She's still at fault. But it kind of seems like she's not, because everybody's kind of just like, well, whatever. Which is so weird to me. Yeah, Xingqiu was like a boy. He knew someone would step in and save Liyue. I mean, he did, yeah. I don't hate Child. I like him. I love him. But again, he was kind of like, we're just going to destroy things. We're just going to put people at risk. A gets pretty privileged, period. She's pretty enough, so whatever. Basically, she learned that eternity can't exist, not in the way she thought of. That was like being stuck in the timeless dimension in Sumeru. Basically, she basically tried to keep everything in stasis, and that doesn't work. When did Agaria pass? It was before Conria, right? She died in Sumeru when the cataclysm started. So she didn't die in Conria. She died in Sumeru and turned into the magic tree. Rukkhadevata turned her into a tree. I could not care less about A, to be honest. Fair. Sino is hot. Yes, he is. Child didn't like the destroy Liyue plan, though. He just thought it justified the ends. Yeah. Child is a good boy at heart. He's a good sibling, an older sibling, a good older sibling. In relation to eternity, I hope we learn more about Albedo, saying Teyvat is a dream lost to time, and the universe being heaven reversed. Character details. Istaroth may be sustaining the dream. Yes, I have had this theory myself. In my what is the Teyvat's, what is the chasm's bed? That was the video. 1.8. Where I talk about all of this. But I hope we do learn more about that. I feel like a lot of people misunderstands A's position in the why did I blank on that? In the Archon quest, but generally we can agree she bears responsibility. Yeah. Also, well, not everything was her. Well, no, you can't even say that. Because I was about to blame the Kanjo Commission. Because they had a lot to do with the Vision Hunt decree. And that was really their fault, but A didn't do anything to fucking stop it, so she's just as at fault. Right, but when was this? Because Agaria passing around Cataclysm would make it so that Farina and Nahida are about the same age of godhood, which is why Farina is kind of confusing. Because Farina is not the youngest, Nahida is, and we know she was born exactly 500 years ago. I mean, Farina could realistically be only like a few years older than her, but like, I don't think they would do that. I think they might, I don't know. Farina confuses me. Child's vision is acting up to know if he's actually a good boy. No, that's good. Because visions are evil. Visions are sus. So vision's not working, good for him. Those things are sus. Farina already existed during that time. Maybe. Sounds like it. Who knows? Celestia ain't our friends. No, they're not. Well, I think we're gonna have a couple of friends in Celestia, like Vanessa, and probably a couple other people, other celestial beings, but most of them are against us. Farina is a god. She just ascended to being an archon. Yeah, but like, where was she? What was she doing? In what capacity? Like, what's her relationship to Agaria? Oh yeah, Guhua, I forgot about him. He allegedly ascended as well. Oh, Espoir, Vanessa is definitely gonna show up. She's probably, I swear if she's not a playable character, I'm gonna be upset. But I think they are gonna make her playable. Watch Farina be like 499 years old. That would be Ugh. In before Farina is Egaria's daughter. I actually think that Tsaritsa is the daughter of the previous Cryo Archon. I actually do think that. I don't know about Farina, though, being the daughter of Egaria. Maybe. The Tenryou were deceitful in the reports, hiding a lot of information of what was happening to the Shogun in the reports, but my main issue is that people misconstrue this as A, knowing everything. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. She didn't know everything. However, it seems like she was aware of what the Fatui were doing, which was not good shit. But she kind of just let it happen. Oh, because she's the Archon of Love, so she might have actually been born of love. That's an interesting take on that. Yeah, I'd buy it. Right, like, it's mostly the Cocolia and Bronya vibes. Like, Cocolia being a sort of surrogate mother for Bronya, or like adopted mother. Or adopted daughter of Cocolia. I hope we get an Archon who was originally a vision wielder that ascended to Archonhood. That would be interesting. But I don't know if we are gonna get that. How many gods do we have left? We only have... So we're already 4 nations in. We only have 3 more to go, plus Conria and plus Celestia. I don't know. Maybe one of them was a human once. I wonder why some people dislike A for her actions but support the Fatui. I don't know. I like them all. I like villains. I mean, A is a very conflicted character, and obviously she's done horrible things that cannot really be explained away. She's all right. She's not a good monarch. She's not a good mother or a good friend. She's doing her best. But she's made terrible mistakes. Okay, y'all, we've been staring at this black screen. I don't think I had anything else really to say about the trailer. We've kind of talked about a lot. This is going to be a good patch. I can just feel it. It's going to be so good. From the world quests to the Archon quests to the story quests, this is going to be a really good one. Put that part of the trailer you like on infinite loop. Fine. We're going to do that. We're going to do it one more time.
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard.
He's so beautiful. All right, one more look at my other husband.
Time's up. Negotiate. Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance.
Ugh. Goodbye, Primo Gems. It was nice having you.
This could get a little chilly. Time's up. Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen.
Ugh, this is gonna be so good. Look at that. That's actually really cool. This is such a cool area.
After being away from the sunlight for so long, even the terrifying depths of the sea start to feel like home.
I have to...
There is such a non-zero chance 4.1 will make me cry. Right. And like, What's going on with Fremine? What's going on? Don't hurt him. He's precious. Please don't hurt him.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Okay, those were people properly involved with world quests.
Catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. My husband's. Right. Oh no, I have committed so many felonies. Daddy Rio, oh no, don't arrest me. Don't put me in handcuffs or anything. Don't slam me against the wall. Don't do any of that. I feel like Fontaine's Archon quest and world quests will be more intertwined, like Inazuma, which I'd be happy about, yes. I love Sumeru, but so much lore didn't pan out in game and not in the main story. Yeah. That was a thing with Sumeru. Like, Sumeru was so lore dense, but a lot of it was, I don't know. But I agree with you, Gian. I agree. I find it interesting his little bubbles look like DNA. Oh, that's interesting. Aren't these bubbles the same as the Hydro Traveler? Like these little bubbles that heal? Interesting.
I find it difficult.
Yeah, they were like twisting kind of like DNA.
I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself.
I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
Rumors saying that you were born from calamity. You inherently bring danger to those around.
Rhine Daughter lore in 4.1, please. I hope so.
Anyway, Melazines can't be trusted. That goes for Neuvillette too.
Especially since we're getting Melazine stuff, which means we might get Elianis stuff, which does mean we might get Rhine Daughter stuff, but we'll see. Just end stream and go fap already. Oh my god. I'm good. I'm not horny anymore. I'm good. Sumeru's focus was age and timeline because of the importance of time in the development of plants. Fontaine's focus is going to be on reuniting Farina's intent with the OC and its will. Interesting. Or chromosomes, I should say. Actually, yeah, they do look more like chromosomes, don't they? I could see that. I could see both. Because it is kind of... It is oscillating though, like spiraling.
Because I cannot...
It beggars belief.
Those are source water droplets, by the way. Yes. Yeah. The same thing the Hydro that Ether and Lumine have when they use their ability. Apep's Guardian attacks also look like DNA. They do. Wait, during his burst, there is a triquetral above his head. Is there? Wait, where? Oh, what is that? What kind of symbol is that?
I find it difficult to express
Hydro
my emotions
balls.
Because I cannot fully understand myself.
How much more time do we have until 4.1? Like a couple weeks? That's usually how it goes with live streams, right? It's like a couple weeks after the live stream. I wish they would give us playable Elianis. He spoke precious. I know. A week and a few days. Oh, gotcha. Too long. Yeah, that's too long. I need it like yesterday, please. Okay, wait. So then it's like... What is it? Either this week or this week? In October? Oh, it's on the 4th? Okay, so it's on Wednesday the 4th. Okay, interesting. Oh no, not on the 4th? You could say those are the dragon, but oh my gosh. Okay, y'all. I think we're good for now. I'm gonna go heat up something to eat, and then I also need to cook, unfortunately. God damn it. Maybe I'll just do that tomorrow. I don't really feel like doing it today. The 27th of September. Oh, so that's like in 10 days. That's literally... Oh, wow. That's super soon. All right, guys. Thank you for joining. Sorry about the technical difficulties at the beginning, but this wouldn't be an Onion stream without technical difficulties. And can't wait for 4.1. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Have a good day, night, whatever it is, and enjoy your week. Oh, and we probably will stream 4.1. I don't know when though. It definitely won't be on Tuesday. I'll have to figure it out. I'll think about it and I'll make a tweet about it or something. All right though, bye. Bye everybody. Bye.